What's going on, everyone? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are rallying this guy right here, LV Nation. Not sure if he's going to take it. You can see he just left his city, but we do have a rally that is closing in on him right now. And the last scout report that I had on him is right here. 772,000 troops in his city, mostly T4, lots of resources and some reinforcements. So we're going to see if this guy takes it. He will most likely bubble or teleport. Well, he can't teleport, but he'll most likely bubble here and not take the rally, would be my guess. I don't think they'll be swarming it down. I do think he will bubble here. He might hit it a little bit, but he will most likely not take the full rally. We'll see here if they do swarm my rally. Does not look like they're going to swarm, but we do have, let's see, 2.2 million troops in the rally. I doubt he'll let us burn his city, but he will most likely get as many kills as he can here. You know, he probably also has some reinforcements in there, but it looks like they are sending some people over to swarm us down when he does decide to pop that shield. He is actually getting a pretty decent defense here. I'm pretty shocked at how little troops he had. I would assume he does have reinforcements here. Again, we will have to see if like he has people that leave the city before he bubbles, or when he burns, if he has people that leave the city. But overall, this is a pretty good defense so far. I am pretty shocked. I am running a Nevsky Joan. That is the best cav pairing I have right now. Obviously, running an Attila would be much more useful. Like an Attila Nevsky would be a lot better in this situation, or Attila Takeda. But he is doing very well on the city defense. We'll have to take a look at the report once we are done. But it looks like he might bubble here in a second, unless he lets us burn and get the resources. Looks like he's actually going to. So we're going to see if we can get out of here alive. We won't be able to jump into the nodes. So we're just going to have to hope that our march speed gets us out of here and that we don't get hit by too much AoE. I do have a mix of T4 and T5 here. So hopefully I'm able to get away here. It looks like they are focusing this guy right here, unfortunately for him. But looks like I might be able to get away unless they start chasing us here. But we will take a look at that report. We'll see how that went. Here we go. So that actually went really well for him. We did get the loot. Kill points, we got 2.28. He got 1.7. 124,000 dead for us. 5,500 dead for him. Looks like he did have some reinforcements in there. And then he had 197,000 stab wounds. So he actually had a lot more troops than I thought he did. From that last stat report, if you remember, 772,000 was his initial amount of power. And then if we look at the report, he did almost double that. He actually more than doubled that. So 772,000 up to 1.5 million plus an additional 262,000 of reinforcements there, which I'm assuming he would have bubbled if he did not have reinforcements. If you guys didn't know, if someone is reinforcing your city, you are not able to shield. You have to kick them out of your city. And so he did have mostly infantry here. That's probably why he did so well, is because, you know, infantry counters cavalry, and he has a really good garrison with Charles Martel and Scipio secondary. So really good garrison here that he had. Like I said, 1.5, almost 1.6 million troops plus those reinforcements. And then we did not have a full rally. We had 2 million troops plus those reinforcements right at the beginning. So 2.2 million troops here, 124,000 dead. Honestly, not that horrible report. It would have gone a lot better if we could fill this up. I don't know why we weren't able to fill it, but we did get 330,000 kill points from that. 16,000 dead, not a huge deal there. But overall, really good defense here from LV Nation. Looking at the scout report, it was pretty deceiving because, you know, I thought he had 700,000 troops. Otherwise, I would have canceled this rally had I known he had 1.5 million, because, you know, 2 million versus 1.5, it's not really that big of a difference, which gives him a huge advantage here of being on territory and having reinforcements. So if I were to do this again, having an updated scout report and not having, you know, half as many troops short on the scout report, meaning he probably had his troops out on the map when I did do the scout, and he did have a Charles Ethel as his garrison, which, you know, made it seem like it would be a really easy thing to rally. But switching that to Charles Scipio, we can take a look at the troop buffs here as well. So we can see infantry attack is pretty good. He does have a good amount of crystal technology, and then infantry defense 224%, infantry health 108.5%, and like you saw, he was pretty much full infantry in this, over 1 million infantry total. in his total troop composition. Plus he had an additional 250,000 infantry that reinforced him. So he was probably about like 80% infantry total in his city, which is pretty substantial, especially being rallied by cavalry. So if I had to do this again, probably would have waited until we were able to fill up a full rally instead of doing pretty much a half full rally, because I can fill up to 3.4 million troops because I am nearly full tech. But unfortunately, we weren't able to fill it up. So he did trade a lot more positive in this situation. But at the end of the day, not a horrible trade here for us. 2.2 million kill points, 1.7 million kill points for him. So he traded very well here. Like I said, very good defense, having a lot more units than we thought we were going to have, rallying. And so I did message LV here, and it looks like he said he healed in the last minute. I asked him where he got all those extra troops. Looks like he did take another city rally earlier today from Double Oreo, which was in Attila Takeda. And this one actually was a full rally. This actually makes it look like mine traded much better than I expected. Because if you look here, Double Oreo took 196,000 dead with 3.4 million units versus 1.2 million units. And 449,000 in the hospital for LV. And so obviously Attila is going to put a lot more units in the hospital. But overall, considering I only had 2 million troops and did not have this many deads, was actually really, really good. Considering Double Oreo is actually one of our rally leads. So I am actually a lot more pleased with that rally report from mine. Considering he had less troops here, he actually traded pretty good against Double Oreo. And then he did obviously heal all these units as well and return those to his city before my rally hit, which is why he had those extra 800,000 troops that we did not see in the scout report. And so that is why he had 1.5 million troops. But like I said before, really good garrison, really good defense here from LV Nation. Props to him. And one thing I also wanted to say is that we did have a lot more T4 in this rally than Double Oreo had in his rally, which is also a reason why we have a higher dead count and the power is so much lower, is because a lot of our deads came from T4 troops. A majority, pretty much like 80% of our deads came from T4 troops, as you can see here. So that is one thing that also kind of throws off this dead count. So if you look at the power, that is a little bit more representation of what actually happened in this report. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe. Make sure you guys stay tuned for our future videos.